All right.
Okay. So I have to do my Medicare. Okay. So one of the things I'm looking at with my supplemental policy for Medicare is there was this thing for silver sneakers. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Where you can get the health club
Yeah.
membership.
Well, the LAC is one of them. Remember we were talking about maybe getting a membership at LAC so Lila
Yeah.
can go swimming there.
Yeah.
And but then Mary was telling me about this new regulation about the pools.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Anyway, let me read you this new regulation. Okay. What it says is that basically all pools now have to have a lifeguard. What it says is earlier this year, changes were made to pool regulations in the state that require a pool to have one lifeguard for every 2,000 square feet of water, regardless if it's a water park, a kids pool, or a lap pool. On Mondays, Ryan Wall from the Signature Club, he says that that's going to really hurt him because a lot of times during the day they're not really busy. It's more busy in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So he looked into it and he said for him to have, let's see, where is it? So he says whether you have one person in the pool or 50 people in the pool, he would have to have 3 lifeguards on duty at all times while that pool is open.
Mm.
Okay, so like on a slow afternoon when he only has one person there, he still has to have 3 people. Okay, now
Okay.
it says based on it, where did I read? So basically what they're saying, for them to have three lifeguards and I guess somebody to manage it or whatever has to be done, it's going to cost him an extra $200,000 a year to have that pool.
Mm.
On top of what he's already paying for it.
Yeah.
So now instead of putting the responsibilities on the owners of the pools and things like that, why don't they put the responsibilities back on the parents like they need to be? When parents let their kids go to the pool, if they're under 18, even though they can swim, they need to be there with them. And they need to watch their kids and get off of that telephone instead of letting their kids jump off the diving boards or jump in the pool and swim in the pool without paying attention to them because they're on the phone. So if something happens to their child and they drown, it's everybody else's fault. It's not the children. It's not the parents' fault. It's time they start putting the responsibilities back on parents instead of expecting everybody else to take care of these kids instead of the parents. That's my opinion on that situation.
Okay.
Now I've had my piece.
Okay. So you don't believe in the it takes a village?
No, it takes the parents to raise their own kids.
Okay.
Parents don't do that. I mean, parents don't take the time to spend time with their kids anymore. I mean, they come home. I know they're tired. They come home. They make dinner. And instead of them making dinner, they stop at the local takeout place and bring home the dinner. And then they go in there and sit down and get on the phone or go in there and do whatever. But they don't spend their... We need to get back to family time with this country. I mean, there is no more family involvement anymore. The kids come home, they get on their phones or go in their rooms on their computers. Parents don't know what the kids are doing. They don't go in there to check.
Yeah.
They're out of their way. They don't have to be bothered with them. They're okay with that.
Kind of like when you see a family at a table at a restaurant,
At restaurants, they're
and
all
everybody's
sitting
on
on
their
the phone.
Yeah.
You know, we need to get back to family time. Take these phones away from people. Start putting these phones away is what we need to start doing.
And where did you learn about this information?
What my sister Mary heard about on the news about it. And I was telling her how we was talking about maybe joining the Y or something.
Oh, okay.
And that's what she said. She said, well, you might want to look in to the new regulations for the pools because some places may not have them. And LAC was one of them. Because they hardly ever have, I hardly ever see, when we go around there, there's hardly ever anybody in that pool. So, but then what they're saying is they need to pay somebody, probably at least 2 lifeguards from the size of the pool, maybe 3, for somebody just to sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so and I think that's ridiculous.
Okay.
You know, if it, put it back on the parents.
All right.
Make the parents be the lifeguards for their kids.
All right. Let me wrap this up.
Okay.